APIs are almost mandatory nowadays for a business that has to adapt to all these new devices coming out.
And there's a number of trends that actually has led up to this. It's trends like mobility.
Phones, tablets, laptops.
The classical example would be, of course, like everybody's using Twitter's API these days for everything.
You use a lot of stuff in the cloud, you use a lot of tools in the cloud, and once you start using them, for example Salesforce, they become a natural part of the ecosystem in the company. And you have to integrate them with other stuff in the company. You do that through APIs as well.
Everything is integrated nowadays. You have your Twitter feeds in your standard application which your company uses that uses somebody else's data.
You have a lot of companies starting to realize that the data we have is valuable. We can sell it over APIs. So all this together has led to the fact that an API revolution, but it's been going on in the background. Nobody really has noticed it happening. It's been going slowly over time, building up. Now we're seeing the APIs going to the forefront.
It's actually something that should have been expressed many years ago when it started.
Our old company was an API company as well. So we were doing APIs back in the mid 90s. At the time we called it OOW, Object-Oriented Web, because there was no actual term for it at that time.
If you look back, like SOA, which was the big buzzword, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe even longer, is very similar to that, but that was a lot where you used the concept of APIs and interfaces internally. And now that's opening up to the world. So it's interesting to see that it's like an extension of what was happening many years ago. But from a technology point of view, it's very much similar. But I think the big changes are on the business side.
It's a really funny situation where APIs drive the entire web. They generate revenue, but they don't actually provide any business value. So we have a situation where APIs don't have any business value but are business critical, and that makes it really complex for the organization to figure out to handle them. And it also means that testing is critical.
We're going to see more and more of that, and also now smart TVs, and there's a new generation of game consoles coming out in a 1 or 2 years, and I think any business that wants to be sure that what they provide can be consumed and integrated into all those platforms would make a wise choice to use and really have a well-tested, like a real API layer which they provide both internally but also externally to anyone who might want to integrate with their service. I think that's where APIs are really big.
Kind of like, you talk about behind every successful man there's a strong woman. Behind every successful website there's a strong API. So that's basically what the golden age of APIs is.